We can start. The 12th day of the second regular session of the 22nd Congress will now come to order. May we all bow our heads for a moment of silent prayer.
Yes. Then pamuhala sama na po.
Okay, roll call, Chief Clerk.
Senator Aritas, Senator Christian, Senator Figuer,
Yes.
Senator Colon,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Hey, Manny.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Neth, Senator Palit,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Ramalo, Senator Rosamal,
Absent.
Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 11 members are present.
Would you have a quorum to transact business this morning? Okay. Reading of the journal, Leader Arbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning to you and all honorable members, staff, and again to all those who are observing our session this morning. I again move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
It's been moved and seconded that we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Carried. We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item.
Item 5, Presidential Communications, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 6, Evansville Supreme Court Communications, none also, Mr. Speaker.
Next.
Item 7, Member Communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Item 8.
Departmental Communications, we are on receipt of one and it's number 22-13.
Okay, assign that. Next item.
Item 9, Agency or Governmental Authority Communications, we do not have any, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 10, State Communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 11, State Supreme Court Communications, none also, Mr. Speaker. Item 12, Municipal or Town Communications, none. Item 13, Foreign Government Communications, we have one and it's number 22-25.
Okay, assign that. Chief Clerk, next item.
Item 14, Miscellaneous Communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now down on our order of day. Item 15, Standing Committee Reports. Do we have any, Chief Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have one and it's a Standing Committee Report number 22-24 regarding Congressional Resolution number 22-56 from your Committee on External Affairs for adoption.
Okay, Chairman Wale.
Thank you, Speaker. Good morning to you and members. I move for the adoption of the said report.
Been moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 22-24. Discussion. Discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. Let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report 22-24, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Standing Committee Report 22-24 is adopted by Congress. Next report.
We do not have any more reports, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, any waiting list?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, in that case, next item.
Item number 16, Special Committee Reports, none at the moment, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item number 17, for assignment of measures and communications, please refer to referral sheet number 22-29.
Chairman and members, review that for your planning purposes. Next item.
Item 18, unfinished business, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're now on our bill calendar. First bill.
Under the bill calendar, the first bill that we have is Congressional Bill number 22-88 for first reading. This was withdrawn and placed in yesterday's session and was deferred from yesterday's session to today's session. CB number 22-88 is a bill for an act to appropriate the sum of $4,200,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021, for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs in each of the states and for other purposes.
Okay, Chairman Figueroa.
Move to defer action on the bill.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the bill be deferred. Let's vote. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Oh, it sounds tied up. That means the same.
Short recess, Speaker.
Purposes subject to call of the chair.
Right.
Okay. Congress is back in session. There was a motion to defer that was seconded, and we voted on that. And based on the voice vote, the motion is not adopted. Okay, so Chairman Figure, make another motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
It's
For
been
recess,
moved
Mr.
and
Speaker.
seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-88.
Okay.
Okay.
Short recess, Mr.
recess,
Speaker.
short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Sorry, not
Session, so any discussion on the CP 22-88?
Question.
Questions being called for. There's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Chief Clerk?
Senator Aridas, Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa, Senator Figueroa, Senator Qualand,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Amen.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
abstain.
Senator Pollack,
Abstain.
Senator Berman,
Yes.
Senator Romolo, Senator Urusmal,
So,
Senator Urusmal, Senator Wali,
Yes.
Speaker Semina,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, we have 10 affirmative votes, 1 against.
For that reason, CP number 22-88 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
Speaker,
Next bill.
Mr.
Oh.
Speaker. Mr. Speaker,
Yes, was that the Vice Chairman?
thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank Senator Rusamal for his moral vote. I'd like to rise on a point of privilege at this time, if you would allow me, Mr. Speaker.
Please proceed.
I like to, oftentimes I say things that I shouldn't be if I want to run for election again and make it. But somewhere inside me sometimes tell me that it's better to lose and feel good that you've said what you wanted to say than to win and regret later that you should have said something. And in that regard, I want to say a few words, Mr. Speaker and honorable members, that the Federated States of Micronesia is friend to all nations, I trust, enemy to none. As a member of the United Nations, we subscribe to the noble aspirations for and upon which that union is founded. The Federated States of Micronesia is also a member of the Pacific Islands Forum, and we subscribe to the noble aspirations for and upon which that union is founded. Elementary to those noble aspirations is the undenying yearning for peace, global peace, and peace in the smaller communities. And as a mean to that end, all members commit that they work toward what will ensure peace, and also commit that they will work away from what may detract our attention from peace. Peace through diplomacy. Farm implements, not machinery of war. Education for all, not segregation. Social freedom, not anarchy. Respect, not arrogance. Unfortunately, such utopic goals are shattered clearly by countries that believe that might of war far overshadows peace through diplomacy. I am sure that all members of the Pacific Islands Forum, their peoples, and their governments continue to uphold to a higher degree that the Pacific Islands have had their share of destruction of lands and displacement of their peoples by armaments of mass destruction. I call on all member countries of the Pacific Island Forum to please remain true to peace through diplomacy. Mr. Speaker, FSM Congress Resolution number 22-10, which was adopted through this Congress very recently, entitled Ratifying the Agreement between the Federated States of Micronesia and the International Atomic Energy Agency for the application of safeguards in connection with the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. And in saying this and reading this title, I am reminded that Micronesia was part and parcel of nuclear testing by a friendly country. And people were displaced as a result of nuclear testing. I am sad to note that the Pacific Island Forum nations have not yet seen clearly seen clear to express our concern that our friends, the United States of America and the United Kingdom, are arming our friend and member of the Pacific Island Forum, Australia, with nuclear submarine. This introduction of this issue in the Pacific clearly detracts from our peace through diplomacy principles. Mr. Speaker and members, I would end here. I simply wish to bring this issue front and forward so that sometimes tonight, members of this Congress may ponder what we could, if anything, do about this issue in our backyards in the Pacific. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.